Okay, it is Wuzi Tuesday, and we are doing the ancient text, the Wuzi, today on May 14th, 2024. We are in Adapting in the Field, verse 2. Marcus Wu asked, "What should I do if I am outnumbered?" To which Wu Qi replied, "Retreat from accessible ground. Draw the enemy into a narrow pass. Therefore it is said that for one man to defeat 10, there is no better place than a mountain pass. The same is true for 10 against 100 or 1,000 against 10,000. Even a very small force of men can cause fear in the hearts of every one of their enemies when they beat gongs and drums in a narrow, cut-off area. When you have large forces, make use of open ground. When you have only a limited number, take the narrow paths." If you haven't seen 300, it's a great movie. And that is essentially that story, using the narrow path to defend. All right, so now we're going to go over to the Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday and Stephen Hanselman for May 14th. Our well-being lies in our actions. Those obsessed with glory attach their well-being to the regard of others. Those who love pleasure tie it to feelings, but the one with true understanding seeks it only in their own actions. Think on the character of the people one wishes to please, the possession one means to gain, and the tactics one employs to such ends. How quickly time erases such things, and how many has it wiped away already. Marcus Aurelius, Meditations 6:51 and 59. And so, those obsessed with glory attach their well-being to the regard of others. Think on the character of the people one wishes to please, the possessions one means to gain, and the tactics one employs to these ends. So what Marcus is saying is, why are you worried about impressing other people? The person that you should be worrying about impressing is yourself at the end of the day. If your happiness is dependent on accomplishing certain goals, what happens if fate intervenes? What if you're snubbed, if outside events interrupt? What if you do achieve everything but find that nobody is impressed? That's the problem with letting your happiness be determined by things you can't control. It's an insane risk. Just like in the Wuzi, if we're fighting on open grounds with a small force or a small army, it's not very smart. We're letting ourselves be open to the opinions of so many others. But if we invite them into the narrow path, right, into our specific field of interest or what we know or our field of information, then we're fighting with small numbers in a narrow pass, essentially. If an actor focuses on the public reception to a project, whether critics like it or whether it's a hit, they will be constantly disappointed and hurt. But if they love their performance and put everything they have into making it the best that they're capable of, they will always find satisfaction in their job. Like them, we should take pleasure from our actions and taking the right actions rather than the results that come from them. Okay, that's where the ethics come in. That's why you have to really soul search before you decide what you want to do as a career, because so many things can lead you down an unethical path. Our ambition should not be to win then, but to play with our full effort. Our intention is not to be thanked or recognized, but to help and to do what we think is right. Our focus is not on what happens to us, but on how we respond. In this, we will always find contentment and resilience. So just as our focus is not on what happens, but on how we respond, that's like picking the terrain, right? That's why we're adapting in the field to the small, narrow pass and not leaving ourselves wide open, right, to the opinions of others. And so that we're making sure that we're making the right judgments for our present moment.